Hey, what's up? Welcome. A short video, short we'll see, about a Belgian band, so the Belgian Black Metal Bard. I think 3 or 4, I'm not sure. I did Paragon and Pure, I did Perverted Ceremony and Moonen. Was there another one? I don't know, so maybe 3, maybe 4. Yeah, this one is about Alkerdeel. On the tape deck is Nihil, live at Roadburn, their sister band for a lack of better, or brother band, that's maybe a better one. Roadburn Festival 2013. There's Nihil's artwork. There you go, their live set. They kept playing, and it will be obvious why this is playing in the back. This video is sponsored by Kruger Export. This is Kristal Alken, whatever, but Kruger Export is the main sponsor. Cheers, Alkerdeel. Alkerdeel, a band from the other side of the country, the Flanders, where the war happens most. And Alkerdeel literally it's a Dutch word that literally means Strontkar, which means yeah, manure wagon or something like that. So the band is steeped in humor, dark humor, cynic humor. There is no religious undertones, or not really. They don't have a conviction, let's say it like that. So humor is maybe the base, yeah, what they base themselves on, or what they base their lyrics and stuff on. They describe it as droney black doom, with a practice space sound, or as practice space recording sound. It is kind of that, and it kind of goes away in the later albums, as we will see when we go through the vinyl. But yeah, it has that mixture of a lot of things in later work. They go more into the old sound of black metal, and some crowds is thrown in. But yeah, they made quite the journey. Not to say that they changed their sounds completely, but you know, influences come and go. Their influences, and I wrote them down because there were quite a bit, and this is from their site, which I will link. Dark Throne, of course. Burning Witch, I got Iljarn, Beherit, Winter, Khanate, Blood Snort, Wolves in the Throne, and Krallis. So take all those together, put them in a blender, and add some Flemish humor, and you get Alkerdeel, which started in 2007 as a 3-piece. They started recording improvised jams in their recording studio, or their farmhouse, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, they just recorded everything on dictaphone, very raw, very improvised. And Blesken from Sylvester Aanvang, a band I talked about in the last video, he kind of heard something in their crazy jams and decided to put it out on a tape version on Funeral Folk. There was later a CD version. I don't have either of them because the tape was limited to 66. But Luizig, which is translated roughly to lousy, I guess, was limited to 66 tapes on Funeral Folk. I don't have that one. I don't have that. I don't have the Bolaf, which is only on CDR, we'll talk about next. And then there is a limited edition, or a box set from Morinde, which I also don't have, which came with a self-made bar of soap, stuff like that, so weird stuff. But in 2007 they had their demo, which was called Luizig. In 2008 they went from a 3-piece. They are, P is on guitar, Pede is the vocalist, and Nike is drummer, so they were a 3-piece. Then QW, they all have those farmer nicknames. QW joined on bass, which kind of diverted the sound into that crowd I was talking about earlier, but more on that when we get to Leda. So they started in 2007. 2008 they had the Bolaf, which is their EP, if you will, not the demo but the EP. 1 track, and then a Iljarn medley cover set. But that was on 100 CDRs, which also sold out. And I don't do CDRs, as you know, or not much. I have some. But yeah, those were the beginnings for them, release-wise, and like I said, I don't have those. But then in 2010, after the Bolaf was released, they went in for their first Is it? Yeah, it's their debut actually, and that was released back on with Blesken from Sylvester Aanvang. And that was called the Spain Zalvigen. Now, how to translate that, I don't know. It's like the Spain Zalvigen, to put ointment on an udder of a cow, or I don't know, something like that. That was released in 2010 on a CDR. But then 2017 Babylon Doom Cult released it on vinyl, the much needed vinyl treatment of their full length, I guess. Blesken Artistic, it says here on the back, so a nice callback. I don't know if the artwork will show up. It's a frog dissected on the cover, but it's black on black. The back has the track list on there. Ooh, it's really hard to read. The Bolaf is on here, Leuzig 1 and Leuzig 2, and then I don't know what's the first track. I really can't read. But yeah, a gatefold, double 12-inch. Nice artwork, but really dark, and I guess the records are black too. This was actually Yo from Babylon Doom Cult's start. Going to get a little bit closer. This was his start, his first release. He decided to ask the guys from Alkerdeel if he could release their first full, and of course they jumped on it. Yeah, really nice release. But I talked about Babylon Doom Cult enough once again, and maybe one more time, check that label. So this is their debut, the Spain Zalvigen. Then in 2012, so that was 2010, 2 years later, they did Morinden, and they made the jump to a label which is Consoling Records from Ghent, a label that has a shitload of releases. Check it out if you don't know them. They provide quality, they provide good music, they have it all. Morinde, a live recording, and I think this was done for some kind of, I think this was their Record Store Day release. I think all of the specials came out around Record Store Day for Consoling, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, live recorded, what you hear is what you get. It's just recording space for recordings, and then just put out as is. This is again their second full. It's kind of, I don't know, if you call the Spain Zalvigen their debut full length, but has 4 tracks, then this is their first full. Really nice edition. I don't know in what capacity it also came out, but this is the thick cardboard laser fold over. It is really nicely done because it's really detailed. The artwork, of course, by Luchtgat. Pede from the band, the singer, also has a side label and a side business doing artwork. Screen printed laser, always top notch, but I hope it shows up how cool that is. It's just burned enough into the cardboard, which is crazy. Comes with a sticker. There you go. And Morinde means mud duck or something like that. Those translations. So yeah, they do a lot of. They have these Swedish titles, they have Flemish titles, they have French titles, so they're all over the place. Record Store Day, there you go. MMXV, so 2015? Yeah, I guess. A clear vinyl version, and there were a few of this. Like I said, this has the box set with the self-made bar of soap in there that I'll probably end up owning sometimes. I'm much more curious for the Leuzig tape actually, but all in good time. So yeah, this was their, let's call this their first full length out on Consoling. Really, and this set the tone for all the cool editions or all the beautiful artwork to come. You should check Luchtgat too. I'll try to link some stuff because it's really obscure. But yeah, that was on Consoling. Then that was 2012. Then in 2013, cheers. It's Christmas, so I painted the baby's room. I'm getting drunk. I'm officially on holiday, so yeah, I hope you are too. 2013, they when Morinde, some newspaper, I think the Standard, some local rag, decided to call them not neo-Nazi, but you know, right-wing, blah blah blah. So they decided to do a split with a band from the other side of the language barrier here in Belgium, and they did a split with a Den of Robbers. It's called CM Camp 1969, which it's impossible to say what a Christian youth camp. And then a Den of Robbers with Orion Jugend, and I don't even know what that means. Orion is a serial killer, I think. Not sure. But yeah, this is actually my last, the last one I bought not that long ago with this video in mind. So this was the last piece of the puzzle. And this is also on console and limited to 333. Really cool artwork. And this is not self-released. I'm blanking on who did the artwork for this or who this is from. It kind of reminds me of that Tau artwork sometimes, but I don't think it has naked butt, so maybe it's a reworked artwork. I don't know. Een Moordse merelare, gezet gelijk een pui op een wegelink en verleurde nuit noir. I have no idea what it all means. The pui is a toad maybe? I'm not sure. They have something with toads and weird devils and stuff like that. So yeah. This is 185 out of 333. Comes with this lyric sheet. There you go. Yeah, they work a lot with samples and stuff like that. Here is a sample from the movie C'est arrivé près de chez vous. Près de chez nous? Près de chez vous? I should know this. Près de chez vous, a Belgian underground film that is maybe the best Belgian movie ever made. It's from a group of documentarians who follow a serial killer around, and it's the same humor as that runs through Alkerdeel in some bizarre way, maybe, but yeah. So a split with Den of Robbers that came out in 2013, recorded on dictaphone quite literally. These are three unreleased tracks from the Leuzig sessions, so tracks that date from 2007 were now put on record finally. Then in 2014 they had two splits, well, one collaboration and one split, and that's where I come in a hopefully modest way. This is the 2014 Daidaio Asema collaboration with Gnaw Their Tongues, Maurice, one of his projects. They did a collaboration, and I think this was for the 5th anniversary of Consoling or something like that. It will probably be in the description. This recording was originally written with the intention of celebrating the 5th anniversary of Consoling Sounds. Unfortunately, we arrived too late at the party. The clown was gone. We would have sung Dio Dio Asema, hip hip hooray. So this handmade version has been printed for both the opening of the Consoling store in 2014 and Record Store Day 2014, and to replace 30 damaged original versions. So I'm not sure what the limitation is, probably 30, I guess. And I have to thank Mike for hooking me up with all these, because I couldn't make Record Store Day a single time because it was road burn all the time. But the man hooked me up. Here it says limited to 25, and this is maybe the, yeah, kind of the more beautiful one. This is screen printed on cloth, and then pasted over just a black fold-over sleeve. There it is, limited to 25, and I have 13. Which Mike, thank you very much. Once again, Consoling. Support that label, support those people, because they really deserve it. It comes with a CD version of this, and this is, like I said, a collaboration between Gnaw Their Tongues and Alkerdeel, and it is a black metal drone piece, akin to, once again, Black One maybe, but it's more on the black metal side than on the drone side, although it is a nice mix. It comes with a screen printed poster. There you go. Excuse me. The beer is already coming up. And it is pressed on a beautiful black vinyl with the orange center labels. This is actually very nice because it's also etched on the back, which, I mean, what a release. The work these guys put Mike through just to get all these, just get all this stuff to work and to go. It's incredible. And I don't know who did this. I don't know if Thx did these. It doesn't say artwork. I guess Pede, the singer, did it. I'm not sure. That was a CD. Better the CD than the vinyl, as we say here. But yeah, Dio Asema. Really nice version. And I think this, if you want stuff like this, it's not too expensive on Discogs, but anyway. 2014, like I said, saw the collaboration first, and then the split on, and that's where I/we come in, because I tied myself to the band by doing the artwork for the Abyss Stairs Back series, a series we did with Hypertension, which I talked about when it came out. This is number 4 in a 5-record box set that includes Wounds, Amun-Ra, Nihil, Alkerdeel, Abstinent Body, Drums Are for Parades, Sardonis, I think that's all. So yeah, 5 splits between Belgian bands and then bands from the States. There's Primitive Man Hessian, there we go, that rounds up the entire thing. Yeah, Alkerdeel and Nihil, that's where Nihil of course comes in. This was a one-time limited pressing on black and on clear vinyl, and this is the black vinyl version, I think. I composed the covers for all of these, and then Stefan Tenderman and Steeps did the photography and the layout for these. There is a handmade print by me on the back. And then these are detail shots on the lyric inlay, the skull. This is actually a buzzard hanging upside down, and then the skull with the seeds and the bones in here. 2 tracks on here. Alkerdeel has SHSRR, recorded live September 2014, and they also have 2 stickers. We also have 2 stickers. So that's Nihil, that's the Alkerdeel logo, and I love the black and white running through all of this. This is the Nihil, once again artwork by Nihil, and then the best band picture ever, Alkerdeel over Spookslot, a board game that I always stole when I was little. I always stole the light up skull from the game, so no one could play it, from my nephews and niece. So once again, and for the last time, I'm sorry. This is the black version. The clear version was a milky kind of clear. I have it here somewhere, but I'm not going to get it out. Circle of Teeth on the center labels. Let's turn down the beep over here. So yeah, that was the split with Nihil they did, which came out awesome. The box set came out awesome, and I couldn't be more happy to be a part of the band and this project. Part of the band is saying a whole lot, but you know, in my own little way, could have some part in their cool song. So yeah, there we go. And then, what's this? Oh, this is the obligatory test pressing, of course, which I maxed out. Then, in 2016, their, for now, last record, their last full length came out on Consoling Records, which is called Leda. And I think it translates into nothingness or something like that. You know, empty, something like that. This is once again a limited edition version, and this is limited to 66, and this is silk screened by Le 7e Œil, as it says on the back cover. The artwork is by Luchtrap, by Pede, but the engravings are from Jacques Callot, a Frenchman, from the Temptation of Saint Anthony, so a story or a painting, engraving stuff, if you will, which he reworked into a comic that runs through the artwork of this record. Screen printed, as Le 7e Œil does, on this gorgeous cloth bag. The orange and blue really nail it, and this is number 11 out of 66. It has the logo by Le 7e Œil. This is record-wise, or how it looks, is my favorite release by them, but yeah, maybe sound-wise too. The crowds that I was talking about earlier comes in here with a bang. It has Regarde ses yeux. The eyes become very important in this, and the artwork and the entire thing. Regarde ses yeux, 1, 2, and 3, Leda, and then Grat de Lenaf. I'm not sure what that means, but it's Swedish. Yeah, what makes this record special or stand out from just the normal recording studio black metal scratching noise is that what the bass player does on here, QW, as moniker is, that's incredible. His crowds, musings, if you will, over the black metal stuff is, yeah, when I re-listened to it, that was the thing that popped out on me. This is the comic strip I was talking about. I'm not sure what's going on, but something with cum and birds and a mouse, I guess. There is a poster, a big poster in here. There you go. And I still have a big print of this laying over at Pede's house. I should have waited for the video to include that. I also have a picture there that that's hanging on the door that should be included, but hey, you can't have them all. So the farting devil and the devil poking the other devil's ass center labels, which I love that artwork, especially the farting devil, but that has been used before. There is a patch in here that I got from Pede, which has an extra devil sitting on some poor soul, which I always kept in here. I never put it on a jacket or anything like that to make my special edition extra special, because I'm a special little guy. But yeah, there you go. Was there a record in here? I showed it already. Yes, I showed it already. That was Leda, and that concludes kind of the Alkerdeel video, or the story about Alkerdeel. There is more. There is stuff about how they use humor, how they not mock the black metal stories, but you know, there is a song called Winterteens, which means winter toes, which is about the singer on a bicycle ride listening to Boozum, and then how that translates his life and into black metal. So it's not taking piss, but it's, yeah, that weird kind of humor that you only find with them and in some other place. I don't know. But yeah, once again, sponsored by Kruger Export, their favorite beer, which is the oil, apparently, if you read or not read too much into it. Guys, Alkerdeel, yeah, cheers. I want that box set and that tape, so if you see this, hook me up. But as for the rest, this is probably the last video I'll do for this year, because my end of the year list, I've decided to wait until after the holidays and do it in January, because stuff is still coming in, and there is one record that needs to be included in the top. As you know, I only do vinyl, or I only talk about records that I have in collection. If it's not here by then, fuck it then. For the rest, I wish you happy holidays and stuff like that, and a good new year. Do what you will. That will be the whole of it. And that's it. Cheers. Bye.